My name is Melissa Sackwitz Reeves. I used to be married. I got involved with the Department of Children and Families because I thought that I could help. In the events that unfolded, I found out I couldn't. Me and Mr. Fields met up through a website. I figured that I could share information with them and possibly they could help me with my fiance's children. They were removed from the home from their mother on counts of cruelty, neglect, and drug charges. The children have long-term damage caused by the drugs the mother did. Yet, the Department of Children and Families in Okaloosa County, Florida, saw fit to only charge her guilty with one count, although the other two children had to receive immediate medical conditions and everything else. They had to receive treatment for it. The youngest child at the time, Tristan, he actually quit breathing quite a few times. And during all of this, the father was incarcerated. He did not know that his children were taken. He did not find out until they were placed with his mother and father, the paternal grandparents. This lady has been collecting food stamps and getting assistance for children that we're raising. Not only that, but the state sees fit to continue to pull us to Okaloosa County, even though we have proof that the children have lived in Wakulla County, Florida, for the past 5 years, going on 6. They keep telling us that the children are in their system, and they're not. They say that they're in foster care over there. We had to pay a purge cost of $1,500 because according to them, the children were still in foster care. Now, why would anyone have to pay for children that they're raising? Why is it that the department will not help us fix their mistakes? These children are falling through the cracks. Every one of them are medically needy, and we can't get help. We can't have anything done. The department has actually turned us away. One of my friends who's a social worker told me that nobody's going to want to take the case. And since all this has unfolded, Okaloosa County and the state of Florida has actually closed their Department of Children and Families branch there. They moved it to Fort Walton, which means it's even twice longer for us to get there. And every time something happens, it's where we have to go. It's ridiculous. These children need medication that costs about $500 a bottle. No one can afford that. Even with a copay, you can't afford that. They're supposed to be on TPO. They're not on it. They don't receive anything. We get no help from anyone, and every time we go through the proper legal procedures, we get the runaround. Nobody wants to help. So what are we supposed to do with our children? If our children are our future for tomorrow, they are the world's future. And the system is failing them. A system that has become so corrupt is failing them, as well as the parents. What are we supposed to do? This lady, we actually have an injunction against. She has violated it numerous times. The Sheriff's Department said there's nothing we can do. We don't see it as a violation. Department of Children and Families removed the youngest child that was still with her that the state of Florida saw fit that she could have because they said it was giving her a second chance. They removed him and told us to come and pick him up. We picked him up, and now they're telling us, well, if you don't give him back, you'll go to prison. If you do give him back, you go to prison. So what are we supposed to do? Also, we have proof that the county messed up in general. When she got picked up and the children were taken, there were 3 children in her home. Why did they arrest her for 3 counts? Child neglect, cruelty, with intent to do bodily harm and without. Why would they pick her up but only find her guilty on 1 case of it when the other 2 children had to go and get staples put in their heads because they were locked in their rooms? The door locks were on the outside of the door, which is against the law. Why could they only find her guilty on 1? The dependency plan, the grandparents were given the children because their father was incarcerated at the time. The judges have done everything against the dependency plan. They say there's no grandparents' rights. These people have not been brought into a courtroom on anything that has happened with these children since they got them. They were not offered assistance of any type. They were not helped in any way. The children did not receive counseling. The children actually went to foster care before the grandparents were able to take them. No one from the immediate family was notified that the children were removed from the home. That is a direct violation of a federal law. Anyone who is immediately related, even if it's grandparents, are supposed to be considered for sheltered care or foster care. But they look over everything. We need help really bad. Because if not, what's going to happen to my children? I'm being told that if I protect this child after the Department of Children and Families told me the mother was a direct threat, if I do what they originally told me to do and I comply and keep the child from her and go through the court system, she can come in my house and violate the injunction. She can take him. And if I refuse to allow her to, I go to prison. But at the same time, if I give him to her, the department's already made it blatantly clear they're coming after me for aiding and abetting child neglect because I know that she has nowhere to live. Please help.